Some crazy stuff happened this week.
Dude, some shit went down.
Welcome back.
What's up?
Lucky 13.
Yeah, episode 13, if we've counted correctly, which I hope we have. I'm pretty sure I remember making a folder 12 last week, so.
I'm pretty sure it's 12.
It's amazing, like, to be this far into a podcast, which is, like, still not even really that far, and to, like, think about other podcasts I've listened to where people are like, I don't know. Like, how do you not know? And now I'm like, I know. I understand.
I know. Yeah.
I understand why you don't know what day it is. I understand why you don't know what episode it is. Like, I understand all of it. There's so much that's happened since, like, not even really so much that's happened since the last time we recorded, but, like, it's just been a long week.
Yeah. Physically right now, I feel really tired.
Yeah, me too. Like, I feel like I need to take a nap.
Yeah.
Like,
we did just get done donating plasma.
yeah, which we can't remember. We also can't remember if we've talked about that before on the podcast or not.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So, Taylor Swift announced that she's going on tour.
Yeah, which we're obviously very excited about.
Die-hard Swifties.
But it also means that we want to go to as many shows as possible.
And we're poor.
And yeah, very poor right now. And then we found out you can make money if you donate your plasma.
Yeah.
So we've been doing that. I've donated 3 times now.
I've only gotten to donate twice because I've kind of been battling like a little cold.
Yeah, and then you also got kind of scared after the first go around.
Yeah, also my first time was not a great experience. But I will say, like, it wasn't that bad. And I did get $100, so whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, the second time was way better. Like, I had no complications or issues this time.
Did you, like, tell them this time that last time you were poked in a valve?
Yeah, and they were like, oh, it doesn't really matter unless it hurt. And I was like, well, of course getting poked hurts, but, like, it didn't, like, hurt, like...
It just was a nightmare. Like, the machine didn't want to work properly.
Yeah.
So it mattered.
Yeah, and I didn't want to look at the machine, and then every time it beeped, you would have to look over and, like, see why. And so I was like, I kept having to look at the machine, and that just made me feel weak.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, so...
I never look at the machine. But anyway...
So we just donated, so we're feeling a little tired, but I feel good, and so far, collectively, we've made $520 from blood donation.
Which is pretty rad.
Yeah.
So...
Like, your first 45 days, you get $200, or no, oh my god. You get $100 every time you donate. But you can even get more if someone refers you. So, for your benefit, we'll be posting our referral code everywhere. Yeah. But also, it's, of course, for our benefit, too, because...
Yeah, but
we get
speaking of your benefit, we're gonna launch some merch at some point soon.
Why is that my benefit?
Theirs.
Our friends' benefit. Okay, yeah. Their benefit. Yeah, we are. We've been talking about the merch thing for a while, but we are seriously looking at the supplies right now in front of us.
Yes. We actually had them. Like, we were supposed to have it launched last week.
Yeah.
But, shipping sucks.
Yeah.
So.
Like, with Amazon Prime, items that were Prime items still took, like, over a week of delivery.
Yeah. Like, we're trying to get our vinyl and can't.
Yeah.
Like,
so.
It was ridiculous.
But we're going to make it tonight.
Yes.
And we should be doing our first delivery tonight.
Ooh.
Our first customer.
So exciting.
Thank you, Theo, for ordering a hoodie and sweatpants.
Yeah. It's going to be so exciting. So, again, I mean, I guess not again because I cut it all out of the last episode, but the merch is going to be on my personal website, like my business website, instead of us having a Friends First podcast website because we just aren't there yet. So it'll be on NikkiTomlin.com in the store. And you can order it, and then we can all match, and we can all walk around town together, see each other out, have fun, like, on the internet, wearing the same thing. Look at how cute!
It'll be so cute.
I'm so excited.
If you're like, oh my gosh, I don't remember websites, that's fine. I don't either. We will post links.
Yeah, we will post links everywhere.
Info to come.
So, Friends First Podcast on Instagram and TikTok, and Friends of Friends First on Facebook.
Friends of Friends First.
Is that what I thought that's what I said?
Yeah. Speaking of Friends First Facebook, I posted in there some question. Like I asked for participation, like people to send in questions that we can ask each other, and we actually got some responses. So we're going to be asking each other those over on TikTok.
Yeah.
Which is super exciting. So I think that, like, I was so excited about some of the questions, so I think we're definitely going to keep that going.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. We could do that like a weekly thing or something, or a bi-weekly thing. I think that would be so fun.
So fun.
Because I've also been trying to think of like random questions to just ask you as like conversation topics on the podcast. Like just random, like I did last week with like technology, except for I forgot my really good question that's this week. So now I need to like make another list somewhere.
But speaking of random topics of conversation, I had something random happen.
What?
So I was like looking on Facebook, and you know how it like suggests friends to you or whatever, like you may know this person or whatever. This guy popped up, and it was my first kiss. The guy I had my first kiss with.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Did you friend him?
No. But
I mean, you never know.
I decided a funny question to ask you would be like, what's the story surrounding your first kiss?
Oh, it was so awkward. How old were you when you had your first kiss?
I was in preschool.
Oh my god. I was in the 6th grade.
No way. Yeah. I mean, like, obviously it like, wasn't a romantic kiss, but we like did have a crush on each other.
Yeah.
And I vividly remember it.
That's so funny. No, the first one that I remember, I was in the 6th grade. So that, what, is 11?
Yeah.
I was Claire's age.
Oh.
Isn't that weird? That's so weird to think about now. But it was so awkward. Like, this guy was like one of the popular guys. Like, you know, like everybody wanted to date this guy, right? And him and I were like, quote, dating for a very short period of time. And everybody was like, have you kissed yet? It had been like, I don't know, maybe a month, 2 months that we'd been, quote, dating.
Oh.
And everybody was like, have you kissed yet? And I was like, no. And they were like, you have to. So like, I don't know how, I don't remember, but like it all got planned. And like, the whole friend group knew, and by the whole friend group, I mean, like, the 20 most, quote, up-in-your-face popular people in the school knew. And so then it was, like, everybody knew.
Okay, but, like,
and then
what'd they plan?
Plan that, like, we were gonna, like, after school, like, the way our school worked, it was, like, you had to cross a bridge if you were getting on a bus and go over to, like, the younger kids' school to, like, get on the bus. And then, like, to the left was, like, the roundabout that the parents, like, pulled into to pick up.
Okay.
And so we were going to meet where those split.
Were you a bus kid or a parent kid?
I was a bus kid. Honestly, I think he was a bus kid too. But, like, the thing was, like, we were going to meet right there. And we were going to, like, kiss. And, like, that was going to be, like, our first kiss. And, like, but everybody knew about it. So it was literally, like, the bell rang. And, like, all these people swarmed me. And all these people swarmed him. It was like, hey, we got to go. You guys are going to have your first kiss. Like, and it was so awkward. And, like, on top of that, he was, like, shorter than me. Like, everybody in school was tall. For me. Yeah. Like, I grew a lot in 6th grade. Like, so and boys don't grow till later. So I was, like, really tall. And so, like, we just met up at this spot and, like, just kind of, like, got thrown from our respective crowds. And I, like, just, like, bent over and kissed him and I ran. Like, I didn't say anything. Ah. like, we both were like, oh, that's so awkward. And we ran.
That's terrible.
It was awful. Like, looking back, I still, like, cringe for me, but I was like, okay, it's done. And then by the time I graduated high school, people called me the kissing whore because I would just kiss whoever.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a way to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first kiss.
Yeah, bring it on.
We were in preschool, and we were playing dress up, so, like, everybody, like, we were dressed up, and I remember I was wearing a purple princess dress.
Oh my god.
And there was like a big closet where all the dress up clothes were. And I pulled him in there with me and I was like, you're gonna kiss me. And we kissed.
Oh my god.
I couldn't have been, well, like 4 or 5.
That's so funny that you remember that though.
Yeah, I do.
Do you remember like your first like date? Or like even like a joking thing like as a kid that you called a date? Because I had like my first quote date was like a jokey kid thing.
I don't really... I have, like, one cute story, but it's not really a date.
Okay.
So, in high school, one of my good friends' boyfriend and I were, like, good friends. Like, we all kind of hung out. And I hope she doesn't hear this, because I don't think she knows that this ever happened, but, like, whatever. We all hung out, and, like, him and I were, like, good friends. Like, we just got along well. And then they stopped dating, and we were still all kind of friends. And then he moved away out of state.
Okay.
My sophomore year. He was getting ready to move out of state.
Okay.
And it was, like, in the spring. And some of our friends were going to prom, so we must have been sophomores. Some of our friends were going to prom, so we went over to where they host prom, and we were, like, watching them and stuff. And I joked, like, hey, next year, if I don't have a date for prom, you have to come back and take me to prom. And he was like, okay. So, fast forward a year, he said, hey, let's go to prom together.
Oh, stop. That's so cute.
It was really cute. Like, in the moment, I didn't really realize what was going on,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But now looking back, I'm like, that was really cute. And he was always nice to my mom, and it was cute.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
Have you seen my prom pictures?
No.
Oh my gosh. I should post a picture of me in prom.
Yeah, I think we both should post them, because I'm sure we have, like, some good ones.
Yeah, I'm going to post a throwback prom picture in our Facebook group.
Yeah. Also, I was thinking about, like, posting, like, a video of my bendy fingers for everybody.
Oh, God. How do you go from this magical prom story to, like, that? I'm already feeling queasy.
Okay, that's the one time I planned on saying it.
Okay, don't say it again. Pinky promise me, but I don't want to touch your finger. Air pinky promise me.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's so funny.
What was your first date, though?
My first, like, joking one was, like, in elementary school, but I always, like, remember it as, like, my first date. It was, like, me and this kid that, like, I had a super big crush on, and actually, like, funny enough, some girl reached out to me on Instagram, and she somehow lives in South Dakota, and, like, we were just chatting, we were like, oh, like, we had, like, you know, we're like-minded and all this stuff. And she goes, wait, you live in South Dakota? And I was like, yeah, do you? And she was like, yeah. And then she was like telling me how she doesn't live here, but she's like telling me how she comes to Rapid all the time. And that her best friend is dating this guy. And that's how she, like, found my account and, like, all this stuff. And it was this guy that I went on my first date, like, quote, date with, like, in elementary school. Yeah. And it was, like, behind the, like, the bouncy ball brick wall thing that, like, was on the playground where you just, like,
Okay.
play wall ball or whatever.
Yeah.
And we, like, went back there and I think, like, ate a Snickers or something together, and, like, all of our friends, like, made sure nobody bothered us, and, like,
oh my gosh.
And it was, like, 5 minutes. Like, we just ate the Snickers and, like, left, but we, like, had called it a date, like, up to that point. It was,
That's
like,
cute.
so funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But I don't remember, like, my first, like, actual date by any means. Do you have any, like, other, because now I'm feeling, like, all cutesy, any other, like, super cute, like, almost rom-com-esque, like, date moments, or, like, super mad crush moments that, like, something worked out or something?
Okay, yeah. So actually, my current boyfriend and I, we met learning how to drive bus to work at summer camp.
That's cute, though. That's, like, such a good meet cute.
Yeah, like, you know the story well, but
yeah,
we, well, at first I thought he was annoying, but whatever.
Understandable. Love him, but understandable.
Did you just say you love my boyfriend?
I mean...
Yeah, I guess we can get into that. So, but anyways, we learned how to drive, oh my god, we met learning how to drive bus for summer camp, and we were, like, camp counselors together. And it was just a really cute, like, way to spend a summer.
Yeah, that's, like, you know, that's, like, the adult version, or, like...
Yeah, it wasn't, like, cutesy, like, little love, but...
Yeah, but it's still good.
But he's actually your cousin.
Yeah, facts.
In case you didn't know.
That's why I'm saying that. I love him because he's my cousin, not because I'm weird.
We're not a throuple.
Yeah. Absolutely
That's
not.
actually why our podcast is named Friends First, because in reality, we probably are, like, I wouldn't say cousins first, but, like, we kind of did meet because I'm dating your cousin, But
Yeah.
we firmly believe that we're friends first and that we probably crossed paths beforehand.
Yeah, and also, like, low-key, Theo likes to try and sometimes be like, well, I introduced them, and we're like, no, we were friends first.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
We literally had this conversation last night because we were all texting, trying to make plans to go bowling. And he was like, oh, what did my cousin say? And I would say, oh, my best friend said this. And he's like, why are you calling my cousin your best friend? And I'm like, hey, you're literally my best friend's cousin. You need to shut your mouth.
I love it. That's so funny.
Yeah. So it's just like the running
Yeah.
thing. It's a bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit.
But it is, like, where the part of the inspiration of the name for this podcast came from. So
Yeah.
now you guys
Obviously, if we
know.
were just like, if I was just dating your cousin, we wouldn't like start a whole podcast together.
We'd have a podcast called Just Cousins.
Eesh. You definitely would not go on like a 2 week. I wouldn't go on a 2 week road trip with like a cousin. I don't think. I think that would be like a lot for like family.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're more than just cousins.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, how about you? Any other cutesy dating stories?
The one that I always think about is, I think I told you this. Maybe I was like telling you this like a couple weeks ago. But like I was like in love with my best friend's brother growing up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like in love with him. It was stupid for like years. Like years I was in love with this guy. It was ridiculous. And when I was like 19, and like we hung out and like we were really close. Like it wasn't like I was like, oh, there's my best friend's brother and I just think he's cute. It was like him and I actually had like
A friendship. And
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So like, and then at one point like my friend and I like weren't talking for like a few years, and so but I would like still be at our house like hanging out with her brother.
Oh, that's so
like
weird.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean like, and it's not like we were like arguing not talking to each other. It was just like we were kind of like doing our own thing, had to have time apart, and then like came back together.
Yeah.
But like I was like hanging out with her brother, and so like we had like a relationship, and like in not like a relationship sense but like a friendship sense, and then nothing ever came of it. He like never was like, yeah, I like you too, or like we never really talked about it. It was just like something that was there that neither one of us talked about. And then when I was 19, I had like was getting ready to start dating this other guy, and my best friend's brother came back and was like, he was like, he had joined the military or something, and he like came home in between like two things he was doing, and I think it was like his birthday, and he got like drunk enough that he was like feeling ballsy, not really drunk, like he had had a few drinks, and he like, I was at his sister's house babysitting and like hanging out, and he came home and was like, I need to talk to you, like pulled me outside and was like, don't date this guy, like I love you, I've always loved you, like kissed me, like all this stuff. It was so cute. It was like one of those things where I was like, damn, like I think about it, I'm like, that was really cute. And then I told him no. I was like,
Oh.
I've been in love with you for like literally almost a decade, and you're waiting until now to like tell me when I'm like about to go be with somebody else. Like, no, bye.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
I also had to have the balls to tell this guy I'd been in love with for almost a decade.
Speaking
No.
of friends as brothers, that was one of my first true, like, big crush. In middle school, I had it hard for one of my best friends' brother. And they lived, like, right near me. As I tell these stories, I'm always like, I'm still too connected to this area.
I know, like, I'm like
It was
going,
like-
I don't know if his mom listens to this podcast.
I, like, doubt it, but... I mean,
know
we're
she
literally,
probably,
like,
she might.
We're literally like 3 blocks away from like where this took place. But anyways, we would hang out all the time. And like when I would spend the night at her house, he would have friends spend the night at their house too, you know? So it'd be like
Yeah.
a group. And we would play like spin the bottle and
Yeah.
like yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all that, yeah.
And like truth or dare, like all that kind of stuff. I had it hard for him. And I always thought maybe he did too. But just like dynamics are weird, like being in middle school and like
Yeah.
siblings and like whatever.
Yeah.
So her and I drifted apart. We weren't really friends anymore. And then I moved away to college,
Ooh.
go through a terrible breakup,
Oh, man.
and then go to a different college, feeling like, oh, it's my time to shine, you know?
Yeah.
Guess who goes to the same small college that I do?
Girl.
Yes. So we like hooked up for a whole semester.
Wow.
And it was like I was content with that. Wasn't wanting a relationship at the time or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But I was like, I've wanted this for so long. Like middle school me is like air pumping right now. So I went and Facebook creeped him.
Okay.
And I want to show you. But like he's married now. And I think his wife and I look so much alike.
No. What?
Like, what could have been? What could have been?
Yeah. Isn't that so weird? Like, even my best friend's brother, he, like, just recently, like, got married and, like, had a kid. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, so weird. Not that she looks like me at all, but it was just, like, one of those things where I was like, what in the... Like, wow. Like, wow. I was, like, so in love with him. Like, what could have my life been? Like, it's so weird.
So I remember Taylor Swift doing an interview where she talked about, like, obviously she always wrote about her real life.
Yeah.
And, like, even name dropped in her beginning of her songs or beginning of her career. And she had an interview, and I want to say one time it was with Ellen DeGeneres. But Teardrops on My Guitar is written about a guy named Drew.
Yeah.
And Drew showed up at her house and was like, hey, like, I didn't know you liked me. Like, I'm in love with you. But by the time she wrote the song and then got big and did the interview, like, by then it was years later, you know?
Wow.
And so she was like, no.
No.
But, like, in no way, shape, or form are we going to Taylor Swift our way out of this podcast. But, like, watch these exes come crawling back, like...
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of other people that, like, I dated that I could see, like, coming out of the woodwork. But...
If you name drop them.
Yeah.
Just the one. My first kiss, I wonder if he remembers. It had to have been his first kiss too, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's so cute.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess his name?
Tanner.
Oh my god, you're actually so close. It's a name of a animal's body part.
Hyde. I don't know.
Do you think I live in that 70s shell?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
No, I'll just leave that to linger there for you.
Joint.
Ew. I mean, as a body part, gross.
I don't know. That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, now, okay, do you have any, like, from dating enough people, do you have any, like, you absolutely avoid, like, certain things, like, basic not even characteristics, like...
Yeah, for sure. I've dated 2 Dylans, and I've dated 2 Brads, and catch me fucking dead ever dating a Dylan or a Brad.
I will always avoid anybody with J names.
Oh, just the whole entire J's get mixed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every J that's ever been involved in my life.
Sorry, James, John, Joey, and...
I'm not saying any names
I just
here.
was trying to say Jennifer, but anyways, if you're a J, you're off the list.
Yeah.
It's a...
Sorry.
No.
Can't do it.
That's good.
Yeah, I just... bad experiences.
I've only been cheated on once, and it was by a Brad, and I've only ever been, like...
Oh, one time in high school I was cheated on, it was by a Brian.
So fucking close.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm mixing Brian's also.
Yeah, no.
Just for this
You would
reason.
never catch me. Nah. I have a friend married to a Brad, and he's, like, the best human ever.
No.
And I'm like...
That's probably a lie.
No, he's the best human ever. I'm like, man, you know, maybe he's Australian, so maybe you have to be an Australian Brad in order to be a good Brad, but, like...
I'd maybe consider a Brad from a different continent.
Yeah. I'd have to meet somebody with a J name from a different continent for me to decide if I would consider that, but...
I also have a type that I would strongly avoid. Military or, like, any, like, heavily uniformed, like, police.
Yep, count me out.
I just would not.
Count me out. Yeah, I've been there, done that. That was, like, probably my worst, like, quick relationship.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah. And also a J name.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Double whammy with that one.
Do you want to see my ex-crush's new wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
This picture's old, but anyways, you can scroll through.
Oh, I think I remember you showing me him.
I might have.
Yeah. Okay.
That insinuates we talk about him a lot. We really haven't.
No, I don't know. Like, I say that in a sense of, like, I'm not confident that I haven't also not seen that profile photo, like, on my...
You could have... Small town.
Yeah, small town. You know what? Maybe we should do a TikTok where we, like, show each other our exes and, like, we rate them.
Just get our reactions. Yeah, I could do that.
Reactions are, like...
I don't think I've shown you, like, I want to show you my hottest ex and my ugliest ex. And I think both would blow your mind.
Yeah.
You know, I've also dated 2 Zachs.
Ew.
I've dated 2 Zachs, 2 Brads, and 2 Dylans.
Okay, someone asked me the other day, like, how many people I've dated and was, like, appalled by the number. And I really have not dated that many people. So, like, how many people have you, like, had a relationship with in, like, your adult life? Like, an actual
like
relationship.
High school, like, real relationship, or you, like, have gone on a date in public? Like,
No. Like, real relationship.
What is a real relationship, though?
Okay, like you're calling, like, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend. But, like, not in, like, we're in high school, we're just into each other. It's, like, no.
What if you were in high school, but you hung out outside of high school, and, like, your families knew each other? Is that a real relationship?
I feel like that, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I had high school relationships that were, like, literally a month long. And, like, I could count those, but I'm not going to.
Let's say it at the same time.
Okay,
Ready?
wait. Hold on. I had to actually, like, think about how many I had.
Like, okay, so I'm kind of, like, weaving out, like, situationships and, like, whatever. Like, just real actual boyfriends that, like, was semi-serious.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
so I would say, like,
pre-engagement.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Are you ready to say it at the same time?
Yeah.
1,
ready,
2,
set, go.
4.
7. Oh! Somebody called 4 a lot? Oh, no.
Yeah, but he also...
But, like, also, like, how old are you?
28.
Oh, I only have 2 years on you. I was going to say, like, I know I'm a little bit older than you, but really, you could have, like, 2 one-year relationships.
I have, like,
and be up to 6, and then I wouldn't really be that far off.
No. And, like, the 4 I'm counting, the one guy that I think I dated him for 4 months in high school, but it was, like, over graduation, so we were, like, actually talking about, like, what are we doing after we graduate, and, like...
Oh, okay. I started,
that
like...
kind of stuff.
I started the summer before high school. So...
Yeah, but, like, all the guys that I, quote, dated in high school were, like, I was a junior dating a freshman, or, like...
Ew.
Look, I'm still friends with that guy, and he is, like, one of my favorite people on planet Earth. Like, we're not close friends, but I still think he's, like, a really awesome guy. So, not even weird. And then, there was the Brian guy that I dated for a month in high school who, like, we bonded over, like, an argument over which ramen is better. And then he cheated on me.
Nikki...
It's, like, silly stuff. That's why I said, like, relationship, because it was just, like... I wasn't, like, really committing to people in high school. Like, I knew I wasn't committing to these people. Yeah. And then, so I just had the guy, like, at the end of high school who, like, freaked me out because he was like, you go do whatever you want. I'm going to follow you all around the world. And I was like, no, I don't like it.
Don't like it.
Yeah, I'm like, I like to be independent. I don't need somebody attached to my hip. I dated the military guy.
Yikes.
And then I had a guy that I dated in college. And then I had my last relationship. Those are the ones I remember. But, like I said, I also spent, like, 10 years obsessed and, like, fully in love with, like, my best friend's brother. Like, I left relationships to be with him. Oof. And then it never worked out, kind of thing. Yeah. So, I think 7's good. I don't think 4 is a lot, either.
I don't think 4 is a lot. Honestly, though, like, part of me is, like, if I wanted to date someone... I've made it clear, and I've, like, hey, I like you and I want you to be my boyfriend. Like, I've made it very clear.
Yeah.
And so I think that, you know, is, like,
yeah.
The only person I never did was, like, that middle school crush who was my friend's brother, but I ended up getting what I wanted anyway.
But you didn't know you wanted that in middle school.
No, like, that's, like, obviously, like, no, but... Anyway.
But still. How many times have you been fully in love with somebody that you've dated?
Probably, like, 3 times.
Wow.
How about you?
1.
Oh.
Yeah. And that, I think, was even a short period of time in a, like, in that full, like, infatuation, like, everything's fine. and good and dandy phase.
Oh.
If that makes any sense. I don't know. I think I also evaluate love and being in love and relationships a lot different than most people.
Yeah, like, I feel like I'm really, like, oh, well, whatever happens kind of happens. Like, obviously there's, like, things you need to always be aware of, like STDs in children and, like, long-term effects.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like, I've never viewed, like, I don't know how far I want to get into.
Okay, that's fine.
Whatever. But, like, there's also this part of me that's like, well, if you don't try, you'll never know. So, like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, I mean, like,
So,
yeah, I've never, like, dated somebody thinking, like, oh, I'm just gonna, like, break up with them eventually one day.
Oh, yeah,
like,
no.
I've dated them, like, thinking...
let's just see.
Yeah, thinking, like, oh, I'm gonna get to know this person, and then, you know, like, through the process, like, it'll become what it needs to become, or it won't.
Yeah.
But I also have never been somebody who wants to be fully infatuated with a person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's like I want to be, like, a little... I don't know how to explain it. Like, I would love to be in love with somebody, but I'm also, like... I think I love myself a little bit more, and I don't really care if I'm, like, ever fall in love with someone.
Yeah, I think all of my relationships have just kind of, like... I've been existing during it in a way too. Like, opportunities come up and I'm like, yeah, sure, like, I'll try this out.
Yeah.
So.
I also have, I will say this is one thing that I'm really starting to learn in my late 20s is I really love the chase from both directions. So, like, I get really excited about, like, meeting somebody new and being like, oh, like, I can tell you like me or you're attracted to me or whatever, and, like, the flirt and the, like, oh, you be in love with me, but, like, don't worry, I'm not actually in love with you, like, and that, like, feeling for a little bit, like, I really enjoy that. Or, like, people aren't, like, where, like, it's a secret between two of us but nobody else knows. Like, I really enjoy that. And then it's, like, sometimes when it's all, like, out in the open, I'm like, whatever, it's fine.
Wow. This episode was nothing like I thought it'd be.
No. But just laying it out there on the table, and that's why I am team no feelings for the next 11 months.
Yeah, 11 months.
I gave myself a year, okay? October 5th was day one. I gotta make it to October 5th of the next year.
You're gonna fall in love?
No.
I can't wait to listen back to this episode the night of your wedding and be like, ew.
I'm not. If I end up married before 30, somebody needs to, like, that's cult action. Like, that will be you taking me out of a cult. Like, that's some shit right there. There ain't no way.
Please don't join a cult.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is, like, if I miraculously am married before I turn 30, then somebody has managed to slip my brain into a cult and I need to be rescued.
Okay. That's, like, literally, though, like, only 370 days away.
That... I have seen people get married in less time. Like, that's insane.
Okay, I won't let it happen.
Like, I would never.
If you're trying to marry my best friend right now, I know that you're a cult leader.
Yeah, you cult leaders.
I'm on to you.
Get out of here, cult leaders. I don't have time for you. Just kidding. I feel like I can tell how drained we are of energy.
Yeah.
We're supposed to go bowling.
Oh, we're going fucking bowling. I'm gonna get 6 strikes.
Alright, do you have an ick of the week? Everything on my body is cracking right now.
Ick.
That's your ick?
All I can think about right now is, like, how badly I want to nap and how I don't have time to nap. And, like, wanting to be positive, so not wanting to be negative. And how I'm excited to make our merch, but, like, I don't want to do it.
Mm.
Ugh, I don't even know what I'm saying.
So are you icked out by yourself right now?
Yeah, I'm a little bit of life ick.
Yeah.
I did think of an ick, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is it?
This is a controversial one.
Okay.
Those stupid, like, Pit Viper sunglasses.
Pit Viper sunglasses.
Those, like, where they're, like, one color and they're, like, a huge lens that goes from, like, your ear to ear. I thought they're called Pit Vipers.
I'm sure when I see them, I'll know what you're talking about, but, like, I don't know. Like, I didn't even know that the boots that I liked were called Chelsea boots until, like, 2 weeks ago. So, like, I don't pay attention to the names of the style.
You'll hate them also.
Oh, yeah. I don't hate these, but they have to be, like, worn correctly. Like, you have to have the right shape face. Yeah, snowboarding is always, like, okay. But, like, you always have to, like, you have to have the correct shape face.
No.
And style.
Like, even this baby is wearing pit vipers, and I think it's gross.
That's just wrong.
I would say as, like, snowboarding goggles, like, that's one thing, but I think they're weird.
They are weird. My ick of the week is when my cats throw up on the floor.
That's a given. That's not even, like,
but that's what exciting. I have right now, because I walked into this room today, and I looked over, and I don't know who threw up, but they definitely ate half the food bowl and then threw up all over back here. And I was like, are you kidding me right now?
That's gross.
Don't be disgusting. And then they do things like that where they sit over in the corner and they look all cute sleeping on my bag, getting hair all over it. And I'm like, okay, you can throw up wherever you want. But it's still disgusting. Are you scrolling your phone right now?
Yeah.
We're recording a podcast, Mariah. No phone zone. If there are things that you guys want to hear us talk about, because apparently at this point we really have no theme or rhyme or reason. I mean, not that we ever really have, but...
I think our new theme is, like, don't record a podcast an hour after you donate plasma.
I mean, it's definitely been longer than an hour.
No, because I called you when I was leaving.
You texted me telling me you just got done cooking 45 minutes before I texted you and said...
No, the first time I called you and told you that I'm done donating was at 1:35. And then you text me, are you on your way, at 2:11. And I was like, it's not even been a half an hour. No, I'm not on my way.
I didn't realize you were cooking a whole ass meal for yourself.
I didn't. I just made frozen nugs in the air fryer.
You literally live 5 minutes from the plasma place. So.
I was doing stuff.
We have things to do today. But anyway, if you guys have random questions you would like us to ask each other, feel free to send it. Send it in somewhere, somehow. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Just let us know. And be sure to check out the merch, because it's going to go live. Why am I talking like this? I don't know.
Have you checked our TikTok lately?
No. What happened?
Am I fucking seeing this wrong?
What happened? Don't play it.
Oh my fucking god.
What?
I need to fucking hold on to something.
Let me see it.
So our TikTok about Fletcher was at almost 650 and we were excited.
Uh-huh.
Okay, are you ready to be excited?
I'm like waiting.
It's at 692.
Oh.
Okay, but hold on. We recorded another TikTok. Do you remember what it was?
No. The Taylor Swift one?
Yeah. Guess what it's at?
I don't know.
34K.
24K.
Whatever. And look at all the comments.
That is so funny.
Did we go viral? Is this going viral?
People are like, how did they get it so wrong?
It's a bit. It's a bit.
There's so many people that are just like screaming in all caps the lyrics.
Oh.
Somebody said, do you just listen to Shake It Off on a loop or something? Or some shit?
The Swiftie community hates us.
Oh, that's bad. What? That was hey, at least we can make jokes and people get offended.
Is this real? I feel like I'm getting really hot.
Yeah, right.
If we would have gotten 1,000 views on something, I would have been so excited. But like, I have not checked that since I posted it, obviously.
That's so funny. 24,000 views, baby.
All right, well, we obviously need to go sit outside and record a redemption.
We'll leave you on that note. Feel free to go check out our TikTok to see what we're talking about. Check out the merch too, NikkiTomlin.com, NIKKITOMLIN. It's in the store. And join us on Friends of Friends First podcast. And please, for the love of all things holy, share this with one of your friends. With your bestie's mom. With your bestie's mom.
My bestie's mom listens.
Yeah, I think she does. I don't know. She might have listened to the first episode and then dipped.
My bestie's mom at least likes everything we post on TikTok.
Yeah, that's true. She does indeed.
So does yours.
True.
Thank you guys.
Love you. Good night.
20